So I haven't done a vlog in a really long time. I've tried to start them before, but I never end up finishing them because I'm in the reading slump of my life. So I'm trying to get back into reading. So right now it's like July 11th, so it's like the first official week of my vacation, and I'm gonna be home for 5 weeks. So I'm gonna go trying to get some reading done, and I don't really want to set a TBR because I'm not really sticking to that at the moment. But the book I am currently reading is Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. I've been reading this for like a week and a half. But I'm currently on page 244. So I'm like basically halfway through. This is the second book in Kings of the Wild. I think it's going to be a trilogy, but I'm not sure. And I am really enjoying it. I loved the first book. I am really enjoying this one. Not as much as the first book, but it is still very good. But the problem is, since I'm not reading very much, I'm reading like 15 pages a day maybe. Really get that far along from each time. I don't really get sucked into the story, so maybe it's on me. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to continue reading this one. And if I end up finishing that, I'll pick something else up. But that is going to be, let's call this vlog a trying to get back into reading. So it's currently Tuesday, so day 2 of vacation. So I just thought I would update you guys a little bit what happens with the reading, since Reading Slump 101. But I ended up reading 59 pages in this, which was really good because my goal was to read 50 pages. I'm definitely not liking it as much as I did like Kings of the Wild, and I mean I'm a little bit more than halfway through now, and I don't know, I'm just not liking the characters as much, and it's not the same kind of banter and like sort of wholesome feeling with the gang as it was in the first one. And I mean, yes, it's different characters, it takes place 10 years later, but I don't like these characters as much as the last one. And we follow Tam. I don't even know if I told you guys what this book is about, but we follow Tam, and she decides to join up with Bloody Rose, which is basically a girl who's the sort of leader of a mercenaries gang, and they take on contracts to kill different monsters in arenas and stuff, and they end up going on this really dangerous adventure to kill this very mythical creature that nobody really knows if it exists or not. And Tam gets to be their bard, and I don't know, I'm not really sold on Tam. Like, I feel like out of all the characters in the band, we get to follow her, who's not really cool. I mean, she plays music and writes music, okay, fine, that's cool in its own way. But she's not as kick-ass as Bloody Rose. Why can't we read from Bloody Rose's perspective? Or any one of the other ones. So yeah, I don't like the main characters much. And I just feel like there's a lot of pages was just moving from point A to point B, which you guys probably know I don't really enjoy reading those stretches, because you just feel like it drags on, and that's definitely the case in this one, because I'm like 316-ish pages into this now, and there's been a few like incidents and stuff that I've gone through, of course, but then in between these like scenes, just a lot of walking. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good, it's just not as good, and I guess I had too high expectations of this one, but this is definitely not a 5-star read. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing, but it's still solid. So yeah, my goal for today was to read another 50 pages. So far I've read 15. But I mean, the day is young, 4:30, so I still have time. And I haven't been doing like anything on all the shit on my to-do list, which I like to do, like to write down just so that I know what I need to do. But I have been really, really good actually, both today and like other days, to write reviews for my blog, and currently writing all of the reviews for like the first 5-6 books in the Anne of Green Gables series, which are some of my favorite books of all time. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And so far I've written 6 reviews today. The goal is to hit 10, so we'll see if that goes. I still need to record like a book haul, I think, today, because that was one of my goals, to record a video. So I'm going to do that, and then after that write some more reviews maybe, and then I really need to go out with the cats. So then I will be doing the reading. Good morning. I basically just got up and had breakfast, and now I'm trying to get some reading done before I start writing 5 billion book reviews again. But I thought I would tell you guys what's going on with the reading. So I read Bloody Rose yesterday, and my goal was to read 50 pages to, you know, get back into reading again, and I actually ended up reading 114 pages. So I'm really, really happy about that, and it felt good to actually get somewhere. And I feel like now there's been a little bit of action. There's this big war on the horizon, which I'm guessing is gonna happen very, very soon. And like, I don't have a lot left. So my goal for today is to finish Bloody Rose. And since I read 114 pages yesterday, I think there's like 85-ish pages left. So it should not be impossible. So hopefully I will finish this one, and then after that I think I want to either pick up a romance book or a contemporary book, because I need something quick that I'll fly through, and this one unfortunately has not lived up to my expectations, which sucks. But yeah, I'm still not like completely hooked on the characters. I do like Bloody Rose though, because she's like this sort of imperfect character. She struggles with addiction, and she has got some other problems in her life, bad relationship with the father for one. So I mean, she feels like real and human and everything like that. But just the main character, Tam, she's just bland. She doesn't do anything interesting, and she's like, ugh, doesn't have much of a personality, to be honest. And she's the one point of view that you're reading from. So yeah, could have switched that up, would have been a lot better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading about this battle and see what is happening then. So I'll let you guys know.
At this point, The Sims 1 had already been out, and I'd played The Sims 1 on console as well, and this vision was just so exciting.
Good morning. So now it is, I want to say Thursday. I'm not sure anymore. Everything is just blending together. But I thought I would update you guys about how the reading went yesterday. So I ended up finishing Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. So I read, I want to say like 85 pages in this one. But I definitely had to push myself to finish this one because Tam, the main character whose point of view we're reading from, is just so bland. And I was just so disappointed because I loved the first book so much. It was so funny and so much banter and so kick-ass. And this one, I don't even know how to describe it. There's just something missing. But I ended up giving it like, I think 3.5 stars. So yeah. And then I actually continued on with another book that I have on my e-reader, and that is Dial A for Aunties. I don't remember the author's name, but I'll show you in the picture. So this is supposed to be sort of like well, it's shelved as romance on Goodreads, but I think it's like maybe romantic elements, but there's also like murder mystery type thing. So you follow a main character whose name I can't remember because I have second names. And her mom kind of puts her up on a blind date, and she's supposed to meet this guy named Jake. And, they go out to dinner and stuff like that. And at the end of the date, Jake ends up dead. So, the main character's family, her aunts, her mom, and herself run this sort of wedding business, and they all have different parts of it. And the main character is the photographer, and they do a lot of big weddings and stuff. So they have one wedding on the horizon, a few days off, and they have to, get rid of the body while trying to throw this wedding. So, I mean, I had started it before, so I'd read like 38 pages before, and then yesterday before I fell asleep I actually read another 30 pages, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I read over 100 pages yesterday as well, so I feel like it's going somewhat good, and I definitely feel like I finished Dial A for Aunties much sooner and faster than Bloody Rose. And I think after that one, if I manage to finish it before the week's over, that is, I want to read Sunkissed by Casey West, because I just want to read something quick, and I love Casey West. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. I do have a lot of shit I need to do today, like clean the apartment, and I want to bake today if I have the time. So we'll see how much reading I get done, but hopefully I'll get a big chunk into it, because it would be fun to finish another book this week, because I haven't finished 2 books in a week in a long time. It's like 10:20. Haven't read a single page so far. I thought I would tell you guys how the reading went yesterday, and I actually ended up reading to page 150 in Dial A for Aunties, and that was definitely my goal, so I'm really happy with that, even though I stayed up until like, I don't know, 1:30 to do it. I had read like 20 pages during the day, and then when I was going to bed I was like, oh shit, I have a lot of freaking pages to read. So I did read it, but I did finish it, those pages. I'm going to try to finish the book today because it's such a quick read, and I'm definitely flying through it, so I want to finish it today, but we'll see how it goes, just because I want to read Sunkissed so bad. But what do I think about the book? So far it's kind of funny. They're currently at the wedding, and I don't want to spoil anything, but shit happens, and it's so much like banter back and forth, and they're trying to fix shit, and it's just plain freaking chaotic. And in some ways you're a little bit like uncomfortable and freaked out, but at the same time I'm having such a good time with it. So it's a really good read so far, and I really do enjoy it. So that's exactly what we needed. If you haven't picked up this book, maybe you should. But now I am going to actually write some reviews. I'm going to write The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I'm trying to write reviews for the next century, I feel like, because I have so many unwritten reviews, because I kind of just stopped for quite a while. So yeah, I'm gonna write some reviews, and then I have the longest to-do list ever. So we'll see what I get done today. Hi, Leonie. Sleeping. Babush. Hi, Skitch. Hi. So, I started reading like 20 past 7 p.m. last night. So, definitely stressed read through that fronties because I was up until like 1:30 in the morning. Don't recommend doing that because I feel so beat because I'm a grandma and I need to go to bed early. But I did end up finishing the book, so yay. And I really did enjoy it. It was kind of a stressful read, but in a good sort of anticipating kind of way. The banter, the aunties in between, it was so funny. And Maddie, the main character's name, see, I remember it now. She was very like quick on her feet and everything like that, and definitely had a conscience, even though she could look at. And but yeah, like the aunties were definitely my favorites. And I don't want to say anything to spoil it, but it was a lot of fun. And I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. And then this morning I started reading Sunkissed by Casey West, just like I wanted. And I love Casey West. I've read everything by her so far except this one and the one that came out this year, because I'm trying not to buy books. Anyways, I'm on page 114. I'm flying through it. I'm loving it, as always with her books. Like, there's a reason why she's one of my author by author. But I got really far. Then this one we follow Avery, and she and her family and her sister Lauren is going to this sort of summer camp thing for 2 months where there's no internet, and they're just, you know, gonna try to survive without the internet and doing different type of things like paddling kayak and like listen to live music during dinner and try painting and listen to ghost stories and stuff like that. And there's turns out to be a guy there called Brooks, and he's in a band, and he's off limits because he is on the staff. So I'm really enjoying this so far, so hopefully I will get quite a lot through it today. I'm hoping. We'll see, but it's a really quick read, like all of her books. So I ended up finishing Sunkissed at 1:30 this morning, and I don't regret it, even though I'm freaking tired. I loved the book. I read it in one day. It was awesome. I loved Avery and Brooks, like the it couple, and their friendship group that they had in the camp, and yeah, I just loved it. It was so good. Character developments and shit happening all the time, and it just reminded me once again why I love Casey West books. So I need to go purchase her new book that came out this year. So hopefully I will be able to do that in August when I'm allowed to buy books again. But that means that I've finished my 3rd book this week, and I'm so happy with that because I can't even remember when I last read so much. And I ended up giving Sunkissed 4.5 out of 5 stars. And this morning when I woke up, I felt like I needed to read something more, so I picked the Bromance Book Club. And I'm currently recording this on my phone because I can't find my camera. But this is a romance novel by Lyssa Kay Adams. I'm almost halfway through. I started reading this one this morning and I'm fucking hooked. This is about a gay called Gavin, and his marriage is on the rocks, and he wants to try to save it because he has twins together with this woman called Thea, I think her name was. And his friends end up inviting him to this book club where they read romance novels, trying to figure out what's going wrong with their marriages and how to save them and stuff like that. And so far, really fun, a lot of banter, and I love it. So I'm hopefully going to finish this weekend so that I can continue with my new reading vlog tomorrow, but we'll see. Like I said, almost halfway through, but I'm loving it. Good morning, it's actually Monday now, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I finished the Romance Book Club. This was by Lyssa Kay Adams, and I actually finished this one in one day. So I'm really happy about that. I didn't even have to stay up very late because I finished it like basically exactly at midnight. But yeah, I've already told you guys what it was about, but I just really liked like Gavin and Thea. Like they have a lot of character growth. They evolved a lot, and they both realized what they had done wrong in the relationship and what they should have like done instead, or you know, that they need to communicate and talk more and stuff like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the Bromance Book Club. Although it wasn't really that many meetings in between them. I thought it would be more frequent. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a really quick read. I flew through this, and yeah, I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And I thought I would wrap up what I read and what I thought about them. So I'm really happy because, well, I was in a reading slump, and I have been in a reading slump since like 2019. But I ended up finishing 4 books, 2 of which I read in a day each. So I'm really happy about that. And I did end up reading 1 disappointing book, but it was still a good book. And then the rest was really good as well. So I'm really happy because I really enjoyed what I read. So the first thing I ended up reading was Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. This is the book that disappointed me. I did enjoy like the members of the band, like Kura, Free Cloud, Brune, Roderick, and Bloody Rose. But the character Tam, who's actually the character we read, it's her perspective read from. She was really bland and boring, and there was just so many more characters. There was so much more kick-ass, so many more female characters was more kick-ass, and it just disappointed me, and I just felt like something was missing. So I just didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first book. So I ended up giving this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then the next book I ended up reading was Dial A for Aunties, or Aunties. And I really enjoyed this one. Sort of a murder mystery mixed with some romance and stuff like that. And it was a very quick read. And I just loved the aunties so much. Like, they were constantly bantering. They never get along about anything. Leon, Stunt Detective TV. What you doing, girl? And just them trying to like work together to take care of this body, and shit goes awry constantly, and it was just hilarious. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. And it was a very stressful read in some ways, because you were like at the edge of your seat, wondering if they would get away with it, or if everybody would find out that Maddie killed someone. So yeah, it was a good stressful read, and I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. And then the next book I read was Sunkissed by Casey West, and it was really cute, like fluffy, contemporary, and I really liked the sort of camp aspect of it, even though we didn't really get like too many details of what they did there, because it was more like, oh, I did this and this, but we didn't really get to follow along. But I really enjoyed Avery and Brooke's sort of love story. It was really sweet. I love the musical aspect of it, because they are in a band, and I just love the friendships that evolve in here, and Avery and her sister Lauren's sort of relationship, how it changes, and how they start to understand each other a little bit more and stuff like that. And like I said, I ended up reading this in one day, so it was a really quick read, and I really enjoyed it. And Casey West is definitely one of my favorite authors, because I've read like, I don't know, 10 books by her or something like that. I own a lot of books by her as well. But yeah, I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. Hi, Scrut. Just a butt. And then the last book I ended up reading was The Bromance Book Club by Lyssa Kay Adams, and I read this one in a day as well, so I'm really happy about that. I just flew through this one. I just decided, like, when it was the one day left, I just need something quick, hopefully something I could read in a day, and I was considering like a manga or something, but then I just saw this and I figured I've had this on my shelf for a while, and I just wanted to give it a chance, and I had read like half of it before lunch, so it went well. I really enjoyed it, and I just love the way that their relationship evolves. I mean, Thea and Gavin's, and the Bromo's book club was really funny, even though they didn't really meet up as much as I thought. And just Gavin's friendship with all the guys in the team and stuff like that, and the fact that Thea sort of tries to get back to her old roots in a way, and she doesn't take crap for anybody. Rachel. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a quick read. I definitely want to continue on with the series. I think there's like 4 books in the series or something like that. I know I have book 2 on my e-reader, so I should definitely check that out. But yeah, I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog, and I hope we see each other in the next one, because it's gonna be a good one.